Hey everyone, this is Brittany, and I'm super excited about another first for the Living Beyond Asana vlog. So today I am doing my first of several Skype interviews, and I'm psyched because this is giving me the opportunity to bring you some awesome, badass, amazing people. My first of which is someone I'm super excited about. I consider her a mentor and a friend, and I'm really excited to introduce you to her. So my first guest is the founder of the national nonprofit organization Yoga Gangsters, and they serve youth in crises across the country. She is also the founder or the owner of 305 Yoga, which is a chain of yoga studios across Miami. She's faculty for Off the Mat Into the World, which is an organization I hold near and dear to my heart, and is actually how we connected. She is also the co-author for the yoga teacher training curriculum with the international brand All You Can Yoga. So that's a lot of stuff. And she is also going to be adding, and already really is adding, Mama to that amazing repertoire because she is 8.5 months pregnant. So it is my honor to introduce you to Miss Terri Cooper. Yay!
Hey.
Welcome, Terri.
Hi, Brittany. Yay!
Yay. It's so great to be in space with you again,
Yes.
even if it's, across
Virtual.
the country. Yeah, virtual space.
Absolutely.
Cool. So you've got a lot going on, lady.
And then some.
And then some.
Yeah.
Yeah, big exhale. So before we started recording, we were talking a little bit about the fact that you are very soon about to be a mama.
Very soon.
Yeah. So how do you feel about that with everything that you have going on?
I'm so excited. I feel like in my career and in my purpose work that I've done almost everything that I've wanted to do. I've been really focused and driven on my service and on my community. And this is something I've never done. I feel like this is the next big yoga for me and the next
awesome.
great learning. So it's really just been a whirlwind getting to this point and relying on an incredible staff, an incredible support system to allow me to do this next big project, which is the biggest project I will ever do.
I love it. It is. It's probably the biggest project of your life.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, I would say probably part of your purpose too.
Right? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what I really want to talk to you about today is you have so much amazing things going on, and I mean, you've created all these things in your life. And when I look at all this, I think abundance. I think all of this from this life growing inside of you, to your relationship with your partner, to three thriving
Three studios. Yep.
3 yoga studios in Miami, and then to Yoga Gangsters, which I mean you have curriculum all over the country now, right?
15 states.
15 states. Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And really, I mean, you just started from the ground up with all this.
Absolutely. I don't even have a college degree.
Yeah.
This was birthed out of passion and just a true desire to share the gift of yoga. It changed my life and saved my life really in so many ways. And so both my studios, 305 Yoga and Yoga Gangsters, are really just a part of me. It's a part of my soul. And it started small, everything in my living room, but it's grown through strategic collaboration and incredible partners. I obviously could not do this by myself. It is so much bigger than me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I like that. Strategic collaboration.
Yeah. I think part of the key and what I really streamline and what I try to meditate on and really stay focused on is only saying yes to the things that are really potent. I have to say no to some of the things, and I have to remind myself to stay as focused as I can. Am I really using my time to be as potent, as useful as I possibly can, and to really cut all the unnecessary stuff? And that might mean, wasting time, surfing the net or just redoing projects again and again. I got to trust that I'm going to put my heart into something and do it right the first time and let it go and move on.
Wow. That takes a lot of discipline.
Yeah. I think the busier you get, the easier it is because you have to surrender. I once read, I can't remember whose quote it was, but that perfectionism is the highest form of self-abuse. And I was like, ooh, yeah, I've been practicing that for way too long.
Yeah,
And
me too.
yeah, I think so many of us have. You know, if you're entrepreneurial and you're passion driven and you're living your purpose, I think that the stakes are so high. It means so much what we're putting out.
Yeah.
So we want everything to be absolutely perfect. But I think just to remember that we're perfect as we are, and our message is divine, and what it is that we have to put out, that there is somebody there who's going to feed from that and who's going to feel nourished from that. And so to just do you, I'm just going to keep doing me, and you do you, and everybody else just do them. And, you know, I feel like if we can all do that, we kind of get out of our way a little bit.
Oh, I love that. And I think, you know, I think it's so hard now with like so many people doing such big things, and so many people telling you how to do such big things, like do it this way and have this newsletter and do this video and do this, that. And it's so hard. Like when I was first kind of doing all of this, like it was like I was following different mentors and trying to do it like them. And then I was like, oh wait, like I'm not them. Like I can't do it like them. I have to do it like me. And I think that takes some time to recognize what that even means.
You know, and I think you really nailed it there. I wasn't as efficient or brilliant or inspiring or as organized as I am now, but I've been at this for 12 years. And so I think, like you said, it's the time that really I had to learn my own lessons, and I'm still learning my own lessons. God knows there are still bumps in the road. And it's just a matter of, you know, watching my responses to those bumps and trying to learn from the lessons so I don't have to repeat them again and again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, you know, in this topic of this abundance that you have created, right?
Yeah.
I find sometimes that, like, even personally in my life, that, you know, abundance can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
It can be overwhelming, and something that does need to be managed and in a way like handled. And I think a lot of times we talk about how to manage and handle, you know, the things that cause us stress that are more negative, but not always about like how do we handle the things that are really positive.
Yeah. You know, when you've got a lot of great things going on, you still feel very overwhelmed and busy. You know, when there's a lot of opportunity and a lot of possibility and a lot of choices, it can be overwhelming. The key, I think, to that is really staffing, making sure that you've got the support system in place. And with that means treating those people really well. If I'm coming into abundance, I need to share that abundance and make sure it's continuing to go out. So surround yourself with people smarter than you.
Yes.
People who specialize in what they do. I have organizational people, and I have staffing people, and I had nobody when I first started out. But as I grew and as my abundance grew, I instead of keeping all of that for me, I continue to share it out, and I continue to trust that there's more than enough for all of us.
Oh, I love that. And you know, I just got this gift just a couple days ago. It was a framed picture that a student had another student draw for me. That it's this like heart, and there's this ribbon, and it says abundance. But on the back side of the ribbon, like written backwards, is generosity.
Ooh, love that.
And it was given to me, made for me, and I was just
like,
yes.
Hello.
And you know, that's something always that can be challenging, is this the idea that like you can give it away, like you can, because there's always more to come, and it's a reciprocity.
You know, I'm a big believer in that. I think it's the foundation of everything that I do is the service and the giving it away. I donate more money. My accountant is like, this is crazy. Like the size of your actual business and the amount of money you donate are not in alignment. Like you're crazy. And I said, I know, I'm crazy. But this is what I believe in. It's the foundation of my work, and you have to constantly give and be of service, whether it's your time or your finances. And I believe that because I give so freely, that's why it continues. The opportunities continue to come.
I love it. Yeah. And I just want to touch briefly on the work that you do with Yoga Gangsters. Speaking of giving your time freely and really, you know, this was like your baby that you've birthed so beautifully. I just want you to just like talk about it just a moment. Like, why is it so important to you, and why do you think it's grown the way that it has?
You know, I think because yoga heals. You know, we know the science of yoga is so profound, what it has, the effect it has on trauma, the effect it has on a person's ability to understand themselves. We began teaching these programs to kids in crisis in shelters and schools and jails and rehabs and other nonprofits here in South Florida. And the demand was just so high because the faculty and the administrators were seeing a positive shift in these kids within the 30-minute session. And the truth is that people in the yoga community, we've got more than 1,000 trained volunteers, half from the yoga community and half that work in social services already. And people are beginning to make that connection between wellness and a person's life success. And, I think Yoga Gangsters really, like so many other organizations, just really models what that looks like.
I love it. It's beautiful. And how long has Yoga Gangsters been doing what it does?
Yeah, I started doing the outreach work in 2003,
Oh, wow.
but we weren't even a nonprofit. We were just a community outreach group. We grew organically for many, many years, serving thousands of kids without documenting anything. And in 2011, we became an actual nonprofit and started documenting. We serve about 3,000 kids a year right now across 15 states. So it's really just...
Yeah. And I love that because I feel like when we have a vision, oftentimes it's like we feel like we have to execute that vision like as big as we see it, like at the end, and that's just so not true. And just hearing, just this short little trajectory, and it's just, I feel like when we start projects, we just have to remember, no matter what these projects are, and they don't have to become super huge, but a lot of times I feel like when you're not attached to them as much, when you're not like death gripping them, like they have a much easier opportunity to expand.
Yeah. I never thought that we would be a national nonprofit organization. I never thought we'd be a nonprofit at all. I just had to teach these kids yoga. Like that was the foundation, is I needed to do this for my own sustainability, for my own sobriety, for my own well-being. And I needed to do it for the connection that with these kids. And I think the exchange of energy that was going on, and it was always about the kids and always about that connection, and the business piece of it, and the branding piece, all of that business stuff, that all was like not even secondary. It was like 10th in line of intention. So Yoga Gangsters is just, it's an organic, juicy, alive, delicious, pulsating yumminess,
Absolutely. Yeah. And I just, again, like it just manifested because you're a manifesting machine. So I have one more question for you. What's one thing that you do every day, no matter large or small, to kind of take care of yourself, especially you and your baby now, as you're moving through all of this busyness and all of this energy that busyness often brings? Sure.
I put my relationship as the number one priority in my life right now, and that's so new for me. But when I met my fiance Todd about 2 years ago, I knew immediately that this was not someone who could be on the back burner of my career, that this was my life, and our family and what we're going to create together has become number one. It is above my work. It is above my studios. It is above Yoga Gangsters. It is my biggest yoga. It's my deepest connection. And so when he gets home from work, I stop working. And that is the biggest practice that I can engage right now.
Wow. I love that. And I can totally relate to that because I feel the same way with my partner, Nick. Like it's beautiful to have a partner that really, like, for me, he grounds me and he allows me to play and to have fun with life, and like it's easy to take this stuff seriously.
I don't think I had fun. I did nothing but work for a decade, and I forgot to have fun and enjoy life. And so it's nice to be off and to play.
Awesome. Beautiful. So time goes so quickly. So I want to thank you so much, Terri, for just being here and for sharing your wisdom. And I mean, this even just helped me just hearing you talk about this. So thank you. And I just wanted to those of you watching, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. What is one way, right, that you can take whatever you're working on in your life, whether it's a job or a project, what's one way that you can allow whatever it is that you're bringing in? What is one way you can just allow it to be? Right? What's one thing you can take off the to-do list? One thing that you can maybe shift to just let whatever it is that you're trying to birth in your life, whether it's a baby or a project, right? What's one thing you could do to just allow it to be? Right? So let me know in the comments below. And again, Terri, thank you so much for being here. And I will talk to you guys next week. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.